LeBron James' 2018 playoff run was one of the most epic performances in NBA postseason history. Witnessing the pure greatness was something else. LeBron was on fire game after game, and he led the Cavs like a true champion. I mean, we're talking about someone who carried the weight of the entire team on his shoulders and still managed to dominate on the court. His consistency was out of this world, and his ability to elevate his game when it mattered the most was just mind-blowing. LeBron would resiliently carry the Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals, making it his 8th straight appearance. His historic run, however, came to a heartbreaking end when they got swept by the Golden State Warriors dynasty. Yeah, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green. 33 years old in his 15th season, LeBron showed us all why he's considered one of the best in the business. The numbers simply speak for themselves. LeBron James ended up tallying 7 40-point games, 1 50-point game, 4 triple-doubles, and 15 double-doubles. That's some insane stats right there, but that's not all. During this incredible run, he also passed the legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most playoff field goals made of all time. But before we dive in and explain what was so special about LeBron's 2018 playoff run, we have to mention a few things from the regular season. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more NBA insights. Now let's get into it. Regular season. Like all teams who managed to pull off consecutive finals appearances, LeBron's Cavaliers dropped off significantly during the 2018 regular season, which was quite a roller coaster ride. The Cavs had a pretty rough year, and a big part of that was their struggle to replace Kyrie Irving's high-scoring production on the court. Kyrie had famously demanded to be traded after the 2017 finals, citing that he just wasn't flourishing under LeBron's shadow. Well, in came Isaiah Thomas to try and fill those shoes, but unfortunately, he came with one healthy hip and never really found his groove on the court. And it wasn't just IT. Some of the other new pieces like Wade never quite fit in with the Cavs system either. They kicked out their season with a roster that included LeBron James, Kevin Love, and a few other faces like Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder. However, things didn't go as smoothly as everyone had hoped. The team had trouble finding their rhythm early on, and it didn't help that injuries were plaguing the team left and right. Now, despite facing a few setbacks throughout the season, LeBron James continued to shine on the court and put up some serious MVP-worthy performances night after night. And as a result, the team had a pretty decent record of 30-20 by the end of January. But then came the infamous trade deadline, and everything changed. The Cleveland Cavaliers made some crazy moves before the trade deadline. I mean, they traded away Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Dwayne Wade, and other players. And in return, they picked up George Hill, Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, and Larry Nance Jr. It was a total shakeup of their roster. But it seemed like the Cavs made the right moves as the new roster hit the ground running and made several impressive wins in a row. However, their success was short-lived, as the team just couldn't seem to find their rhythm, and their consistency was nowhere to be found. But even with all the ups and downs, there was one constant: King James. LeBron was playing at an absolutely insane level, and he was doing everything in his power to carry the team to victory. But his supporting cast just wasn't able to keep up. Believe it or not, despite all the challenges they faced, the Cavs still managed to finish with a pretty impressive record of 50-32, which was good enough to secure the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. LeBron led the league in minutes played and finished 2nd in scoring. He had also played in all 82 regular season games for the first time in his career. But even with LeBron's dominance, the team's overall performance left many fans and analysts wondering if they had what it took to make it back to the NBA Finals. LeBron finished the regular season averaging 27.5 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 9.1 assists per game, and was even a runner-up for the MVP award, coming in just behind James Harden. But here's the thing: what LeBron did in the regular season was nothing compared to what he did in the playoffs. The playoffs. Cleveland would initially meet the 5th-seeded Indiana Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. Now, this was one hell of a series. The Pacers came out swinging and gave Cleveland all they could handle. And who can forget about Victor Oladipo's effective surges and Lance Stephenson's instigations getting under LeBron's skin, like only Lance can do. Through the series that lasted 7 games, LeBron's contributions were absolutely unmatched, averaging 34.4 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 7.7 assists throughout the entire series. Whenever he was needed, he took over and delivered. In Game 5, when the game was on the line, he stepped up and delivered a clutch game-winning buzzer beater. But that's not all. In Game 7, LeBron put on an all-around performance that was nothing short of spectacular. He posted a whopping 45 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists to lead Cleveland to victory over Indiana. So the Cavs made it to the conference semifinals and were up against the top-seeded Raptors. And as we all know, the Raptors haven't had the best luck when it comes to facing LeBron in the past. Well, let's just say that trend continued. The Cavs absolutely embarrassed the Raptors by sweeping them in 4 games. LeBron was just too much for them to handle again. He averaged a staggering 34.0 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, and 11 assists throughout the quick series. They just couldn't stop LeBron James as he dominated every aspect of the court. And let's not forget that buzzer beater he hit to take a 3-0 lead in the series. That shot right there was the dagger in the heart of Toronto's hopes and dreams. In the Eastern Conference Finals, LeBron and the Cavaliers would face the second-seeded Boston Celtics, a team that had a lot of young talent and a ton of heart. They were the second seed in the conference, and they were ready to give LeBron and the Cavs a run for their money. Throughout the series, the Celtics did an outstanding job of putting pressure on LeBron, but it wasn't enough to stop him, as he went on to average an incredible 33.6 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists in the series. The Boston Celtics were straight up killing it on their home court throughout the entire postseason. They won the first 2 games of the series against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Cavs found themselves down again 2-3 after Game 5. That's when LeBron decided to take matters into his own hands. In Game 6, with the Cavs facing elimination, LeBron dropped a mind-blowing 46 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. With this, the Cavs evened the series and set the stage for a nail-biting Game 7 back in Boston. As I have said, the Celtics have been dominating the postseason, and they were unbeaten at home. LeBron James and the Cavs were facing a tough challenge in Game 7, but as he has done before, LeBron put on an absolute show-dropping 35 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists. He led the Cavs to a hard-fought victory over the Celtics while giving them their first postseason loss at home that year. After this incredible Game 7 performance, LeBron led the Cavs to the NBA Finals. This was a remarkable feat, considering how tough the competition was in the Eastern Conference that year and the ups and downs the Cavs had been through. We all know the Warriors swept the Cavs, but LeBron played his heart out in those 4 games. I mean, seriously, LeBron put up some ridiculous numbers. He averaged 34 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 10 assists per game, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. The Warriors were just too good. With 4 All-Stars and an amazing supporting cast, along with their advantage of playing at home, they were practically unbeatable. LeBron's performance in Game 1 was nothing short of spectacular. He dropped an insane 51 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, almost single-handedly carrying the Cavs to victory. George Hill had the chance to seal the win for Cleveland with a few seconds left, but missed a crucial free throw. And then, of course, there's J.R. Smith, who famously forgot the score and ran out the clock in regulation, robbing the Cavs of their chance to win in overtime. It's crazy to think that if just one of those things had gone differently, Cleveland would have stolen Game 1 and completely changed the complexion of the series. But as it was, the Warriors went on to win in a hard-fought battle, and the rest is history. Now, I gotta say, LeBron never really had much support from his teammates throughout the entire playoffs, but the way he persevered, toughed it out, and showcased his individual talent was just mind-blowing. LeBron had always been one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but during those playoffs, he really showed us what he's made of. He combined value, resiliency, quality, efficiency, consistency, dominance, and leadership like we've never seen before. His 2018 playoff run was a truly remarkable feat of basketball skill and leadership. Whether it was his best postseason ever is up for debate, but there is no denying that it was one of the most impressive individual performances in NBA history. Simply, don't take LeBron James for granted, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more NBA content. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, take care.